Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news is happening overseas, with Russian President Vladimir Putin announcing late tonight a military operation is now underway in Ukraine.
Take you to live pictures now from the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv, where journalists are reporting explosions in the area just after 6 a.m. Thursday morning there. The last update from the Pentagon estimated 150,000 Russian troops have been stationed along the border. President Biden has already denounced the attack. Let's get to Alice Barr following the latest from Washington tonight. Alice.
Tonight, Russian President Vladimir Putin ordering a military operation in eastern Ukraine. Explosions heard in Kyiv, Ukraine's capital city. New satellite images showing Russian equipment and a field hospital close to the Ukraine border. Ukraine's president imposing a national state of emergency tonight and appealing directly to the Russian people in a bid to avoid war. For the second time this week, the United Nations Security Council holding an emergency meeting after the Kremlin said Russian-backed separatists in eastern Ukraine had appealed for military help in what could be a pretext for a broader invasion. NBC News correspondent Richard Engel witnessing firsthand the attacks coming into Ukraine from separatist regions, where Russian President Vladimir Putin already deployed troops. The Biden administration leveling new sanctions against the Russian company behind a lucrative natural gas pipeline from Russia to Germany that Germany announced yesterday it was halting. That's on top of sanctions President Biden already laid out against two large Russian banks and elites. Amid bipartisan calls for tougher measures, Vice President Kamala Harris defending the response.
If Russia goes further, we will impose more costs.
Despite global pressure, President Putin moving ahead tonight, declaring Russia's security interests unconditional. Alice Barr, Local 4.
Now, President Biden releasing a statement as well tonight, reading in part, President Putin has chosen a premeditated war that will bring a catastrophic loss of life and human suffering. Russia alone is responsible, and the United States and its allies and partners will respond in a united and decisive way. The world will hold Russia accountable. We'll be following the developments in Ukraine throughout the night and at clickondetroit.com. Full reports from the region, of course, coming up on Local 4 News today beginning at 4:30 a.m. A dire situation tonight in Europe. Here at home, people will soon see a bump in their water and sewer bills.
The Great Lakes Water Authority approving the hike today, and some of the reasoning is, again, because of the allegations Highland Park hasn't paid its bill. Jason Colthorpe live tonight to break it all down for us. Jason.
Yeah, Kim, the lawsuits and the allegations between Great Lakes Water Authority and Highland Park are old news, but now there's a new debt, and it's one customers are not happy about. Wednesday, the Great Lakes Water Authority approved hikes to the water and sewer rates for the 2023 fiscal year by a 6-0 vote. Water will go up 3.7% and sewer by 2.4%.
We are a 501c3 water rights organization. We are a watchdog. We've been at the meetings of the Board of Water Commissioners, the GLWA.
Miko Williams is with Hydrate Detroit and was one of several people at the virtual meeting to voice their displeasure with even a suggestion of higher water rates.
We are in the middle of a pandemic. We have inflation, and we also have service projects that have not been completed that require more money that we already are going to have to pay for that we don't have.
The GLWA says almost half of the sewer increase is a bad debt expense recovery attributed to Highland Park only paying half of its sewer bill from 2012 through 2021. That surcharge falls to other communities as the GLWA says Highland Park's outstanding balances continue to grow. But many who spoke at today's meeting flatly stated they should not have to pay someone else's tab.
We can fight for affordable water across the region and across this state so that we can pay for affordable water that we can use and affordable water that we should benefit from.
Now, a little more background on that, just for some perspective here. Water customers have already been paying part of that debt related to Highland Park's bill since 2019. The Great Lakes Water Authority says Highland Park has only paid about 1% of its water bill since 2012. Highland Park disputes that. Now, the lawsuits are at least two. Great Lakes Water Authority says it has two of them out there. One against Highland Park and the state of Michigan, and it says whatever it recoups from those lawsuits would be used to pay back the debt that these communities are all now shouldering. In Detroit tonight, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
All right, Jason. Well, guess what? Our next round of snow is just around the corner.
Let's check in with Paul on the timeline and how much we could expect.
Yeah, fortunately, we're not going to mess up the 2 rush hours tomorrow, but it is going to get kind of messy for the Friday morning rush hour. So let's talk about it. We start the day with some sunshine, and then we have dry conditions for the afternoon rush hour tomorrow. This is 5 o'clock on Thursday. And then notice the snow starts developing Thursday evening. Notice that it's kind of patchy at first, and it's generally light. So there'll be a coating, but it's not until, I think, between 3 and maybe 7 or 8 in the morning that we're going to get into this, which is a steadier snow. Could even come down about 1 inch an hour for maybe an hour or 2. And then this stuff is going to race out of here and be gone by 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm still looking at anywhere from 2 to as much as 4 inches of snow across the area. So 2 to 4 inch is not anything that's problematic in terms of it's not going to shut down the city or anything, but the timing is not good because it's right before that Friday morning rush hour. So for the kids at the bus stop tomorrow, teens, maybe even some single digits in outlying areas, but dry for the afternoon bus stop with less sunshine, more clouds, and upper 20s. I'll be back with the rest of the forecast for the weekend ahead in just a few.
All right, Paul. The parents of the defendant in the Oxford High School shooting back in court tomorrow morning as a judge weighs whether to send their cases to trial. Mara McDonald live in Rochester Hills tonight. Mara, so this is actually day 2 of this hearing, and we're expecting more evidence.
We sure are, Devin. You know, so far prosecutors here have brought out text messages, phone calls, videos, and witnesses to the stand, all in an attempt to prove that Crumbley's parents knew their son was in crisis and just let it go. James and Jennifer Crumbley will be in court for day 2 of their preliminary exam. Already, the couple has been admonished by the judge for their displays of affection to each other.
We're not to have communication with each other. It's disruptive and it is disrespectful.
So far, prosecutors have tried to show these parents were more concerned with, say, 2 horses they owned than their son's behavior, although they did acknowledge to friends he was troubled, even sharing the violent drawing their son made, which had teachers at Oxford High demanding an in-person meeting. Friend Kira Pennick called to the stand as prosecutor Karen McDonald probed about how Jennifer Crumbley spoke about her son.
And she did talk to you about her son being weird.
Yes.
And she did talk to you about the fact that he only had one friend.
Yes.
Prosecutors showing videos of the gun they say these parents bought specifically for their son despite his problems, and playing the 911 call James Crumbley made the day of the shooting.
I have a missing gun, and my son is at the school, and we had to go meet with the counselor this morning.
Back here live while the Crumbleys are in court here in Rochester Hills tomorrow. Their son was in court this week as a judge considers whether to move him out of the Oakland County Jail to Children's Village. We're live in Rochester Hills tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Mara, thank you. The state updating COVID cases for the first time since last week with 5,931 new cases over the past 5 days. That's a daily average of 1,186 cases. 312 virus-related deaths have also been reported. Now we'll look at the state's 7-day moving average for daily cases. Right now it's just below 1,400, a big improvement from 1 week ago when the 7-day case average was more than 2,100.
Crews back out today on the Huron River in Flat Rock investigating the source of this chemical spill we've been following. You can see a truck sucking the sheen off the water. It's about 300 feet by 200 feet. Officials say the leak is still active. It appears to be coming from under the water. A sample was collected last night and sent to the U.S. Coast Guard lab to determine just what the substance is. 2 more samples were taken earlier today. In Lansing, student activists rallying today at the state capitol demanding tougher gun laws.
The Lobby for Our Lives event targeted state lawmakers lobbying for change that could prevent shootings in schools. The rally comes nearly 3 months after the shooting at Oxford High.
School should be a place for us students to follow our passions, fall in love with learning, and become the leaders of tomorrow, not fear for our lives.
Students say they are working with several House members on new legislation. The House Speaker has also set up a bipartisan school safety task force to look into ways to improve security and mental health access at schools. Still ahead with spring training already delayed, Major League Baseball with an ultimatum tonight.
Yeah, we'll have a look at how soon a deal needs to be reached to avoid a shortened season.
And could Ford split up and become two companies? What its CEO just revealed about the automaker's EV operations and the future he's planning.
But first, a man armed with a knife attacks two strangers without warning inside a Michigan Meijer. What he told police about the attack following his arrest.
And we continue to follow that breaking news from Ukraine. Take a look here. These are live pictures from the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv, where journalists are reporting hearing explosions, not only in Kyiv, but several other major cities as well.
That comes after Russia's President Vladimir Putin announced a military operation in eastern Ukraine. The last update from the Pentagon estimated 150,000 Russian troops stationed along the border. President Biden already denouncing the attack. We'll keep following the developments. Keep it right here. We'll keep you advised.